So WWE has done a very, very good job of expanding wrestling.
Yes.
Out of the purview of what it used to be into a much more mainstream. Call it a sport?
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yes.
But they've done a very good job of expanding that into actual kind of reality television shows.
Oh, they are marketing geniuses.
Yes. So, they had the show about the Bella twins, who were the two twins, and they have another one out that's actually it's a guy named the Miz, and he's married to a female wrestler who's just had a baby, and they moved to Austin.
Really?
Yeah, and it's actually quite humorous. It's not drama.
Yeah.
They are just cut-ups.
Where are they from?
They're from L.A. And they moved from L.A. originally because their house got broken into 3 times.
Yeah.
And so they said, enough of this.
Yeah.
We've got a baby. So they moved to Austin. And so they were living in Austin. Now, they just sold their house. They're moving back to L.A. But not for any reason. It's just that's where work is, right? So they're moving back to be closer to work and friends and all that stuff. Anyway, it's called Miz and Mrs. M-I-Z and Mrs.
Yes.
And it's not it's not the reality television show that's all drama, people picking on each other. The guy's a complete goof, and it's the stuff he gets into is hysterical. And so my wife and I have been watching this because she got me into it, and after I started watching, he's such an idiot. Is this fun to watch.
The wrestling version of My Name is Earl?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Because that guy was...
It's a little bit like that.
Goof with a capital G.
Yeah. So, like, for instance, he goes to get a tan, right?
Yeah.
A spray tan. And he wants to be really dark, so he gets sprayed 3 times. So he comes out orange. And...
It's the Trump special.
Exactly. So, but anyway, the point of this is that WWE's done this really great job of expanding around, and the stock's doing very well. As well as the company.
Yeah.
They're doing a fantastic job. But it's interesting that you can watch businesses evolve, and you go back to what wrestling was. I remember in college they came to college, or to the university, and they had this wrestling ring, and it was, it was so fake. It was hysterical. It was funny, but they've come such a long way. Anyway,
it's like grown men running around in public in their briefs,
Well, yeah,
with tans.
But look at the guys that come out. It's Dwayne Johnson, the highest paid actor in Hollywood right now. The Rock.
Yeah.
John Cena has done very well. Not as good as The Rock.
Well,
but what's interesting is, and the reason I bring this up is that I got to Googling, because I'm watching this wrestler, right? So they live in this huge house in Austin. And I mean, they literally just spend money like crazy. I mean, it's like, well, I just, my wife wanted to go to this thing, so I just got a private jet. So I look up cost of a private jet, Austin to LA. It's like $50,000.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I mean, they're just just like he wants a grill, so he goes out and buys a $1,500 grill. He has no idea how to grill, but he buys this grill. So here's the story, right? They go to Costco, and they see a wheel of cheese. And this wheel of cheese is $900.
Yeah.
So he brings it home, and they can't cut the wheel of cheese with a knife, so he gets a chainsaw and cuts the wheel of cheese in half with a chainsaw, right? And so it works.
I thought you were going to tell me because they were at Costco, they got 2.
No, they got 1. But so they cut it in half because they have a famous chef coming over to their house for dinner, and they're going to cook dinner for him, right? And so they're going to cook gnocchi and cover it with Parmesan cheese. So they buy a whole wheel of it.
Man.
Anyway, so he decides to buy a grill. So he buys an egg. So it's like $1,500,
right?
So he can smoke the cheese on the grill. So he puts the Parmesan cheese on the grill. Of course, the whole thing lights on fire, right? So the whole thing's just going up in flames. It's hysterical.
How to ruin an egg.
Yeah, but so they're blowing through money left and right, doing funny stuff.
Yeah,
and the whole show is nothing but just them screwing stuff up. And they live with their mother, which is even funny because she's French. But anyway... So I start looking up. I go, how much does this guy make? Yeah. So I look up his net worth. He's like $14 million.
Really?
Yeah. So do I need to remind you, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay. Couple $100 million.
Just a few.
John Cena's like $55 million. So apparently Worldwide Wrestling actually pays pretty good money.
Yeah, when you were competing back in the day.
Yeah, I got to pay nothing.
You missed a turn somewhere.
No, my whole family is famous for competing professionally and not making any money at it. My dad was a professional tennis player before tennis was a thing, right? He played Pancho Gonzalez back in the 50s. I was competing in UFC before UFC was a thing, right?
Yeah.
So, now I look back, I was like, man, if I was 10 years younger, I could make money at this.
There you go. Yeah.
But so I started looking up the men, and so all the men make a John Cena $55 million and the Miz, $14 million. I'm like, man, this is not a bad gig being a wrestler. So what do the women make? So I looked up the Bella twins. So one of the Bella sisters, she's worth like $1.4 million.
Really?
Yeah. So I looked up a couple other ones, right, on the women's side. $1 million, $2 million. There's a big wage gap between what the men make and what the women make in wrestling. And the reason I bring this up is just because, we talk about, the idea of equal pay for equal jobs. And this has been a big movement over the course of the last, really couple of years here. And particularly is this, not the Me Too movement, which, by the way, did anybody realize when they did the hashtag ¡MeToo that the hashtag name is pound? I'm just curious.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, did anybody step back for just a moment and go, maybe we should use hashtag in front of Me Too? So
didn't think that through.
Exactly. But there's been this Me Too movement about equality and these type of things. But then you still look at even in professional sports, but the differences between women pay, women basketball players, men basketball players, there's still a big pay disparity between these two.
That's very surprising.
Not yet, not really. But I will tell you something. This all leads up to the story we'll talk about is about why marriage rates are declining.
Why marriage rates are declining.
Okay. And
Okay.
so all this has to pay into this. So
No pun intended.
No pun intended. We'll be right back after the break.
Got questions for Lance later? Ask now at realinvestmentadvice.com.